All right, so I'm back in the studio today. This is day 2. Last night I didn't get that far as I wanted, setting up everything I needed to get my Kemper profiling of my amp going, but it came out pretty good. So I just wanted to keep you guys updated. I would probably just label this Kemper Augustine Amplification Kemper Profile 2 and make it easier for people to follow along. So I want to just break down what and how I am profiling the amp. All right, tuning in now on Kemper Profile Video 2, I am profiling a one-of-a-kind prototype Augustine Amplification amp that was designed by myself and built by the master Ben Varellin. He did excellent on it. Again, this is revision 2.0. This might not be the final. I might send it out to some famous guitar players to try out and do some reviews and give me some input on what I could do to make it a better amp, or changes or maybe some features on the amp that people would want to see. So if you guys have anything, please leave them in the comments below of what you'd like to see in the amp. So how I am doing my testing of the profile is I recorded a bunch of riffs and some notes on my loop station over here so I don't have to play, and I have the cab mic'd up with a 57 right in the edge of the cone. I also, what I'm doing is, so this is the Kemper signal right here of the profiled amp on one of the settings that I profiled. This is the new track for the actual amp's tone setting, and then I'm going to open up another track that's going to be basically coming from the out of the Kemper, and so you're going to hear 3 tracks. And again, what I want to accomplish is the Kemper profile being played on the same cabinet, mic'd with the same mic, with the cab feature shut off and the noise gate on 0 to give you the realness of the amp. And again, when I did profile it, I also did do some clarity and some pick adjustments just to actually, you know, that was the time to play with it, right? And so I just kept my basic straight up setting for this test, and the amp setting is going to be mimicking what is on my real amp. So I'm going to have it come into the DAW, and then I'm going to also have what it would sound like if the Kemper was plugged into your computer and you tracked straight from the Kemper with headphones, what it would sound like, and hopefully they come out pretty close, you know. Again, I have a lot of cabinets to go through and a lot of different speaker selections, and really want this profile to come out how it should. The reason why you see these Jabong headphones from Ashdown, because Ashdown is an awesome company, and I have earplugs in there, so I might be talking extra loud on this video. Very sorry for that, but don't want to lose my hearing. Without my hearing, I can't tell you if the profile sound the same or not, so I will have hopefully what's going on in this part of the video. So right now I'll take you guys on a walk with me. I am going to be using now the amp, the Augustine amp signal, and I'm going to be tracking that into my DAW. All right, so it's going to get loud. I'll edit the volume. I already did the Kemper, and now we are on the real deal amp with the same settings. Again, it's being mic'd with a 57, and basically have my signal, so it's exactly the same, and it's gonna start going for it, and I'm just gonna check my so what I just did was realize that my amp is way louder than the Kemper signal that came in. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to redo the Kemper profile to kind of get the waveform to match a little bit better. as you can see, it's a drastic level difference. So let me try and do that. I don't want to edit the settings I had on the amp, so I'm keeping that volume there. And the reason why it's so loud is because if you want to get the color out of the speaker that you're using and the cabinet that you're using, you gotta push the speaker. You can't Kemper profile something soft. It doesn't work for me. You might be able to, but if you want to hear the tone of the speaker and the cabinet it's coming from, you gotta push it into its sweet spot, and that's how I do looks like I got a better volume coming in. So undo that, go back, and here we go, Kemper track. Enough, so just gonna roll with it. So what I did now was I took the main out, the left side out, the model section from the back of the Kemper, and so I just got it on the left out into the mains, what you would normally send to the house for a house mix, and again, mind the wirings and everything. Again, you know, you got the nice little pretty picture before the work starts, and then you actually get the work, right? So here we go. I'm gonna do the Kemper profile straight now without any speakers, so it should be a lot softer. So wrapping up the Kemper one. Again, I'm getting the squigglies as close as possible, you know. So again, but on this setting, I put the cabinet on, so you actually hear it in the mix, right? So that was how I am going to do the realness of the amp and make sure it sounds like this amp coming out of that cabinet via Kemper, via straight into the computer, and via straight the amp. You know, three to really make it where the three options you have from the Kemper on live use with a cab works, sounds like the amp. My amp sounds like the amp coming out of the cab, and again, the Kemper profile going straight to your computer sounds like the amp. All right, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'll leave the clips of the three sounds that I made, and what I'll do is I'll cut and paste them, and I'll have it basically start off with real amp, mic'd Kemper on the cabinet button off, and then Kemper straight in to the computer, and have you guys make your decision of what you guys think. Also, what I'm trying to do is I really, someone asked, like, they'll buy it for what I feel the cost of the plug-in costs, or in the time that I put into it. So honestly, I'm letting you guys know that each cabinet, each profile, each setting will have to sound like the real deal before I make it a profile. And I gave you guys a lot of options as well. Okay, so please leave me your comments of what you think. Again, this is the process and the direction I am taking in making each Kemper profile. I am taking my time with it. I am not rushing. I need this to come out perfect. Again, it's my name on the amp. I want it to sound good. I want you guys to actually feel good after you buy the profile and not be like the thousands of profiles that are out there that really don't belong out there. You know, there should be like a Kemper profile police, you know, like that tone ain't good. No, this tone sucks. That tone's really bad. That one can pass. But other than that, you know, really need them to come out sounding like the amps and the cabinets I'm using. I think I have captured 15 profiles of my amp with the different settings that I told you on this cabinet over here, but with a 57. But again, this is the process I'm using, and hope you guys understand that I am not going to release these profiles unless they sound like the amp. All right, so I captured the 3 different tones on my Logic Pro X, and there is a difference. There's slight differences between them all, but I believe the character of the amp is still there. The real amp, again, mic'd, sounded like the amp, and the profiled version of the amp running through the cab with the cab button set off sounds like the character of the amp, but there's a slight lower tone to it, I would say. But I did, again, adjust the clarity and the pick attack in the profile before I profiled it, and the Kemper coming straight into the computer, straight into Logic, actually sounds a little bit closer to the real deal. So leave me your comments, let me know what you guys think, and we'll go from there. And thank you again, all you other people out there. You know, please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, my social media channels, and keep up to date with what's going on at the Made in Pain studio for probably a week or two. Finding out that this is going to take time to do right, so I'll keep you all posted, and thank you again for your comments. All right, so I dial in the issue with the slight nuance difference, and it was due to I was adding more clarity and the pick tone in the profiling process. So I fixed all that and I corrected that. So I moved on to the second cabinet, which is the white single 12 vintage 30 Mesa cabinet, and here it is, guy right there. So basically, about a day of work was the vintage 30 ported cab on the bottom of the white single 12 cabinet with the vintage 30 inside as well, closed back. And yeah, just shut off the amp and let it cool down, and got the Kemper on this side. And what I also did was I ran the ported cab through pretty much all of the guitars you see here to see, you know, and again, the pickups do change the profile. You know, I didn't profile them with every single type of pickup, but they sound good throughout, so I'm happy with how they came out. And again, you can still dial it in, you know. It's not the final process. So you know what you can do is on your Kemper, when you get the profile, hold cabinet, it's gonna highlight, and you know, the pure cabinet here, you can turn this up to about 2. Character, I mean, this all changes everything, you know, to dial in more of it. And then also when you go into the amp, the definition, you know, I would be at like normally 7.2. Pick I'd make at 1. Again, this is the pick scraping basically. And on the compression side, I usually set it to 1. Just to kind of keep a nice balance throughout the whole mix. So again, you have a lot of options to play with, you know. So I gotta label everything, so it's all old labels. I'm gonna label everything on my laptop and make it real simple for me. But that's where I'm at with the whole process. So, letting the ears rest now. It's been a long bunch of hours in here in the studio, probably like 12 hours I think, and very happy with the progress. So this is update 2. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and hope you guys enjoyed the clip, the audio clip, but I corrected that issue just to let you guys know. You guys take care and be ready for update number 3. Please leave your comments in the what you guys think so far, thus far, any tips or suggestion. I didn't even mic the Sennheiser the E906 yet. I might not. I mean, geez, do I want to have 330 Kemper profiles? That'd be nuts. You know what I mean? So what I wanted to show you guys was on all of the settings. Again, I did 3 settings on the clean, and what they were was one setting was your normal bass up, mid down, cut. I did pull the focus and the bright switch. Other one is a straight up on the EQs. And then another one I pulled the focus and the depth, raised that slightly up, and I kept the mid straight up for the clean. So those are the 3 clean options you have on the neck pickup of my guitar, using the Titan pickups that I got recently installed by Spencer. As far as the distortion channel goes, I did the first one was at the gain was halfway up right here. The second so I did the first one was the gain, everything all straight up, right? The second one was I pulled the focus and the bright switch. I cut the mid down and the bass, and I raised up the treble, was the second setting. The third setting was I brought the bass up, I brought the mids all the way up, then I cut this down here where I use my mid more like a treble frequency. And I did that on 3 different levels of gain. So this is the first stage that I went. The second 3 profiles were right around there. The next 3 profiles, I cut it down lower, the gain, more for the hard rock blues kind of style, but it's still really high gain. And then the last 3 that I did was about 3/4 ways up on the gain, and again with the 3 different EQ options on it. Tried to cover majority of the amp. The presence I left alone. You can play with that on the Kemper, but letting this puppy rest. Good job today. I might do more later on tonight and hit another cabinet. We shall. Family's like, he's Kempering all day. It's pretty crazy. It's crazy. Protect your ears, earplugs. All right. See you on update 3.